another episode of Beer for Breakfast, ABV. I am Danielle from The Moog Show on 91X. As always, I have my beer drinking partner in crime with me, Paul Segura from Carl Strauss. And it's Stone's anniversary, so I've got Lizzie with me, the senior PR manager. I also have Chris, senior manager brewing, Liberty Station innovation dude. He does a lot. He does a lot in Liberty Station. That's what you need to know. If you're drinking delicious beer in Liberty Station, it is because of this guy right here. So guys,
welcome to the show.
Welcome.
I've had some delicious beers at Liberty Station, man.
Awesome, man. Thank
Good
you.
job
So
on
many
that.
good beers at Liberty Station, actually.
Thank you very much.
So we're gonna kick it off with your POG Berliner Weisse. What can you tell me about this?
Yeah, we did this beer probably 4 years ago at our HopCon event, which we just had recently.
I went by. Side note, went to my first HopCon. What an amazing!
I think I did see you there. I looked over and I was like, hey.
Yeah. As the drunk girl roaming around, and I'm like, hey.
It's a good turnout for that
Whoops
event.
out. Sorry,
Yeah.
continue.
No, it's all good.
Wait, how are you?
Whoops out. Aisha Tyler, I see you.
Oh, yeah.
Just pouring your
Oh
own
my
beers.
gosh,
That was
yeah.
so cool. Yeah, so we did a collaboration. We like to do one every year, and we did one with Jonah Ray that year, and it was such a huge hit. He grew up in Hawaii and played POG, that game, and then drank the POG juice, and was a big fan of Notorious POG, or BIG growing up. And so he wanted to do this beer, and it's just awesome. It's a Berliner Weisse with passion fruit, orange, and guava, POG. And
Notorious POG.
yeah, it was such a huge hit, and for me, I like it a lot, but I like my hops.
Same. Actually, let's talk about this, because
Yes.
I'm in a similar boat as you. And it seems that like sours, kettle sours, this whole thing has been really big in the past 4 or 5 years or so.
Yep.
Everybody is ramping up more. As a hophead who is a brewer, how have you kind of dealt with those challenges when you make a beer that when you're like a super bitter hophead kind of guy, but we're
You
talking
can
about
have the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I thing I love about working at Liberty Station is we have the freedom to kind of explore different avenues of different beers. We have so many awesome hoppy beers at Stone, and at Liberty Station, I don't have to make a bunch of IPAs to kind of keep people engaged. People come for Stone's IPAs, and then we just have all these extra beers people could try, like Berliner Weisses, and I even like to Drew. Who the hell?
get this man more beer.
That's drinking and brewing.
Right?
Yeah, and I like to just explore any avenue that we can try, and I've done a lot of work with the Berliner Weisse styles and just trying to make them easier and better to brew.
This is last year when we were talking about your anniversary. Greg Cook was on, and he was telling me about the Berliners, over in Europe, and how it's you add the syrup in, and I was like, wait, the syrup? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
The
And
raspberry.
that whole
shoes.
conversation. Yes, the
Yeah.
shoes. Thank
Yes.
you. And that whole conversation. So it's kind of cool that I don't want to Americanize it, but do our own thing over here, because I would be kind of weirded out if somebody put some shoots.
Shoes.
Well, it's a controversy over there of is the proper traditional Berliner Weisse have that or does it not? We did
Yeah.
release one and we canned it and brought it over here.
It was
did
delicious.
not have any
It was
syrup
so
in it. Yeah,
good.
I think
Yeah.
it's still out. I think you can still get
Yeah,
it.
Right.
It's got a nice dry hop.
So a lot of people
Yeah.
prefer it without the shoes, just straight, which is like a kettle sour, but they don't kettle sour it. I don't think they do it in the fermenter.
Yep.
This I enjoy a lot, man. I
Yeah.
get the passion fruit. I get some grapefruit as well. Maybe that's just
Yeah, it's a little combination of the orange that's in there.
that's blending with some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Super crushable. Like every sip leaves me wanting another one. I think that's a sign of a good beer, right?
Yeah. I love them a lot.
Well, this next beer is really, really exciting. I grew up with a metalhead of a mother. Her favorite band in the entire world is Metallica. This is her thing. And so when you guys teamed up with Metallica for the Enter Night Pilsner, she was just like, so you've got friends over at Stone. What are you? I'm like, Mama. I don't know if I've got that good of friends at Stone. But how did this whole collaboration with Metallica even start for this?
Yeah, so they came to us. They were looking for a partner. They were wanting They were wanting to brew a beer. And looking for the right partner, and were actually directed to us multiple times by different people saying that their values met our values, and they really do. So we like to say they came from the fringes and Stone came from the fringes. So So Lars Ulrich and Greg Cook got together in Denmark, and they had like a 2-hour lunch, and they talked about everything from music to beer to being on the fringes or whatever. And decided to go down the road together, right? So then the brewers were brewing the beer. They were shipping out samples to the Metallica team. Sometimes they got stopped at the management, never made it to Metallica teams. We kept having to ship out samples to the Metallica team and shipping them out to Greg wherever he was, and Steve and our brewers, and eventually doing blind samples until the team all landed on this version together. So it really, truly was a collaboration between the band members and Stone's brewers and Greg and Steve.
I think the entire brewing world was super jealous that you guys did this collaboration. Everybody loves Metallica. And I know Greg and Steve are both rockers. Steve is an excellent guitar player, right?
Right. And they came together over music. You know, Greg owned a rehearsal studio where Steve's band would play, and that's where they first met.
Right.
So there is music in the background of everything. This has been a fun one for us, for sure.
It's a super good beer, too. I like it dry, crisp, but just a lingering hoppiness in the finish.
Yeah, it's great, and it's been fun. I follow Greg on Instagram and on Twitter, and he's been posting a lot from being over in Europe
been very
with
active
Metallica.
lately.
Very active.
Even got a new haircut for the tour. Yeah.
But it's so cool because you're kind of getting this like. You see somebody who is, co-owner of this, iconic brand, but then you see him fanboying out with Metallica, with all these other fans too, and how cool it is to see these Metallica fans like holding Stone beer, and it's just the whole thing of it's cool. And I was watching on his story, and he's saying how cool it was that Metallica pulled this kid up to like play drums, and then the next day in the news, there it is, Metallica pulled this kid up on stage. I was like, I knew that.
Yeah, he's out there touring with them on every stop, and there's Metallica fan clubs everywhere, right?
Yes, yep.
So they reach out to Metallica fan clubs. They have these internight events at these little bars wherever the night before the concert, and Greg's there on the bar just nerding out. If you talk to him about it, he's so excited about this whole thing. Like you said, he's a fanboy the whole thing.
Well, Greg, next time I see you, we will be fanboying and girling out together about this. This is such a great beer.
I like the packaging as well. Look at that. Look how rad that
Was
is.
that
Combine
collaborative
the
also?
gargoyles together too.
Yeah, they approved everything. They have to approve every photo of the Metallica band.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Nice little combo.
Sick.
Yeah.
It's not super busy. It's just like straight at you,
Yeah.
You know exactly what you're getting. Where are these cans available?
Almost everywhere.
Everywhere?
Yeah,
Yeah,
and this
so
is an Arrogant Consortia beer.
Okay.
So, same team as Stone, but it is under the Arrogant Consortia line, cousin to Arrogant Bastard, if you will.
Okay.
You can see that on the packaging a little bit, but it's in like grocery stores and liquor shops and all that stuff. So it's everywhere.
Cool. Yeah. Well, as we're finishing up the Internight Pilsner, which is really, really good, I want to talk about the reason you guys are here, the anniversary.
23 years.
23 years, that's huge. Congratulations.
Good job.
Were you here for it all? I wasn't here for it all.
No.
How long have you worked for Stone, Chris?
Almost 15 years.
Wow. Okay. So for
Majority.
Pulled from my mom's womb and just put straight to work.
How did you get started with Stone?
I was just a huge fan of Arrogant Bastard growing up. It was the first craft beer I could actually drink. And I don't know, one day went in there and was like, I want to work here. Plus, I hear you get free beer. So, and started on the bottling line, just progressed through there, and I don't know.
Dude, did you start when you were like 10? You look like you're 25 or something right now. Were you old enough to drink when you started?
I was barely over the cusp.
I gotta catch up.
It's been
Get on it, Lizzie. Segura, come on.
Jokes on the last name again?
So we are talking about, this is a double IPA, 23rd anniversary double IPA. What can you tell me about this? Tell me all about it.
It's definitely not in cans, so it's the Uncanny Annie.
Ooh, I like that. That's fun.
Was this the result of a competition you guys had internally like last year?
No,
not
this
this
one at
time.
all. This one actually, so I've been a big fan of GoTo over the years. I did a lot of work on it going forward, and we kind of toyed with the idea of like imperializing GoTo. So this is essentially an imperialized GoTo.
Wow.
Instead of being that 4.7% alcohol, it's 8.5% alcohol.
Nice.
So we just doubled up everything, threw in some more hops, and got this wonderful creation. I think they tweaked a little bit of it up in Escondido, But we did the prototype at Liberty Station.
This was my first sip.
So normally,
Oh my gosh.
normally like a double version of a session ale is maybe 7%. You guys went for it, man, 8%.
Hey, it's
That's
Stone's
literally-
anniversary.
Yeah.
It's a big one,
Don't
right?
want to mess
Yeah.
around.
23. It's like that taboo number, right?
Oh man, I love
Oh,
the nose
man,
coming
yeah.
off of this.
Everything off of this is.
Ton of citrus.
You're
Slightly
getting this really
dank.
early too. No, I don't think I couldn't get my hands on it. I had to go to the
Love the
brewer.
color
I had to
on
go to the
this,
brewer
too.
to get this.
It's
Dude, that's a
Lizzie,
nice,
we're kind of a big deal around here.
deep golden, light copper color. So you kind of went old school on the color.
Yeah. Sometimes you just miss that old school flavor and beers, and so don't miss.
Especially in San Diego, right? Everything's dry as a bone and super light.
Yeah.
A little behind the scenes, do Greg and Steve still have a say in the recipes that come out? Are they there for the tastings?
Yeah, we get together at least once a month, and we throw out all the beers that we have for everyone to try, and we get yeses or nos based upon it. But sometimes we throw stuff that we're just like, hey, we like this beer a lot. Let's just try it. And everyone's like, holy shit, like,
Yeah.
let's do something with this. And
That's cool.
S word.
And
Well, you know.
if they're out,
That's okay. That's okay.
It's the
This
internet,
isn't
it's
actually
cool.
radio. Yeah.
Yeah, we're fine.
and if they're out traveling, we ship the beers out to them to weigh in on it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
We
Like,
try and time it so all of us are tasting the beers at the same exact time, so we can all talk about it even over the phone.
That's cool. Like
So-
I know that they both, still have very much a hand in everything going on with Stone, but I didn't know that every tasting, even if they're out of town, that's really, really cool.
So as we speak, Greg could be somewhere in Europe right now drinking this beer with like Metallica.
Potentially.
That's awesome.
There is potential for that.
Hey, 7 separations of.
Where's his Instagram at right now? Where is it?
Yeah.
Right? No kidding. Pull up the story.
We could
Where's
check.
Greg right now? We'll
could
send him
find
a
out.
story real quick. Be like, Greg.
Should I call him?
Right now.
Oh, you probably wake him up. Europe is 9 hours
I'm not sure where he
ahead.
is. We could call him.
So, Lizzie, this weekend we are celebrating 23 years of Stone. What do we have to expect?
So this year we expanded the festival. So we always do a festival. We invite as many independent craft beers or brewers as we can. And this year we've added Friday. So all of our taproom locations, if you're in Oceanside or down in, or even up in Pasadena or in Richmond, wherever it may be, we're going to have like live music, food trucks, and just special release beers, barrel-aged stuffs, archive stuff, all Friday.
Cool.
Saturday's the Rare Beer Festival in Escondido this year.
Nice.
It's sold out. So if you want in on
I'm
that
gonna
next
hop
year, you
the
got to get.
fence.
We actually
Sure, we know
offered
some
it.
people.
Yeah, we offered it early to our email subscribers. So if
That's
you want in on
awesome.
that next year, make sure you get on the email list. And then Sunday's the main event, and it's at Liberty Station this year. So we have moved it down. It's always been in North County, so we're giving it a try down
Wow.
south. Same thing though, 50 brewers. 22-ounce pours for $35. It's a steal.
Are you taking over a
Yes.
portion of the parking lot?
So
or-
we're using our Liberty Station World Bistro Gardens location, and then outside of that, there's this big grassy promenade area,
Yeah,
so we'll be
okay.
there.
Right.
Cool.
And then live music, 40 Ounces to Freedom will be playing. Yeah, the Sublime Cover Band. And then
Very
we have
cool.
a live DJ, food for purchase, all the usual stuff that we have up in Cal State San Marcos in years past.
So every year
And
that I've
15 degree
been.
difference.
Yeah, it'll be cooler, no stairs, lots
Oh
of grass.
gosh, the stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, all of that.
But all the great breweries that we've always had.
Well, and that's the cool thing about Stone's anniversary. From what I've noticed from years past, is this seems to be the time where the breweries bring the beer to almost like show the best of what they have.
Yeah.
You see just all these just like
You don't
very
show
not,
up
not
to that
just in the
event.
rare beer, but just like in the general, just these
Right.
beers that you don't normally see because everybody almost feels like is trying to like one up each other.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I have this. Oh, well, they have that. And you hear like the whispers amongst everyone. Oh, did you see what's over at that booth? Like,
Yeah.
don't say it too loud because there's not a line yet.
Well, you
Yeah.
know Stone's going to have special stuff, so
of
you got to
course.
bring your A game too.
Of course. And it's still an invitational, right? So not just it's not like sign up and bring stuff.
Right.
So we're inviting the breweries that we're selecting, and
Can you give us a little preview of some of the breweries that'll be there?
yeah, I mean there's 50, but I'll name a couple, okay? 21st Amendment, Virgin, Victory, Thorn, Victory,
Mad Tree's gonna be there, right?
Firestone, Mad Tree will be there, Brooklyn.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Wow.
You got some goodies.
What else?
Like, yeah, it's the big.
Is
That's a sampling.
Will Coronado be there?
I don't
They're
know if
celebrating their
Coronado's
23rd
there.
this year too.
That would be likely, huh? I don't know off the top of my head.
Cool.
It's all on our website. Tickets.
Yes.
Everything's on the website,
Say,
including
where do we find all the deets, the
including
tips?
all the breweries. Yeah,
Nice.
website stonebrewing.com/events.
Cool. What do you think of this beer?
I
Paul?
love this beer. It's got a really nice citrus flavor, but I like the maltiness.
Yeah.
Just
too.
kind of, and you guys had to like bitter this up just to get the hops in balance and harmony with the malt side.
Yeah, we definitely add a little bit more bittering hops on this, but fun thing about Go-To is that beer is at 4.5% is packed with hops like a double IPA. It's insane how much hops go in that beer, and yeah, it's scaled up.
I love
little
this,
C15,
man.
little Victory, and then I think we might have removed the carapils on the big scale.
This is really,
So
really
it's
good.
dry enough. Despite the color, it's not sweet. It finishes, I mean, you get the maltiness, like a bready toast, slight toastiness in there too, but then it just hits you with the hops and it just lingers with a nice bitterness and nice clean citrusy.
Yeah.
And it's got
I'm
the
nerding out
raddest
on this
name.
right now.
Uncanny Annie.
I like that too.
I know. I love the beer too, but the name.
The name's bonus.
Okay, all right. We'll split the difference. All right. Well, Lizzie, Chris, thank you so much for coming
Cheers
out
to
here
23
for
years,
yes,
man.
Cheers
Cheers,
to 23.
Wait,
Oh,
he's
no.
out of beer.
Ah!
You can't cheers with an empty glass.
It's bad luck.
All right.
Safe.
All right. Whew. All right.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers to Stone's 23rd anniversary. Cheers to both Greg Cook and Steve Wagner. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for the San Diego beer community. If you've missed any of our beer for breakfast, you can find the backlog at 91x.com. And cheers to independently owned craft beer.
Cheers.
Cheers.
91X.